One of the scariest moments in my military career came in 2004 when I was placed in a leadership position after our platoon had hit an IED and we lost 6 dudes. Now in combat, when things happen, you make do with what you've got. And even though I was very junior, I was the only guy available, and as a PFC, I step into the role of a team leader. Today I'm going to talk about 5 signs that you are not ready to lead. These signs are meant to help you identify your weaknesses so you could come up with a game plan, work on them, and get better so you could become the best leader that you possibly can. Without any delay, guys, let's get into these 5 signs. Sign number 1, guys, is you like to deflect blame. So as a leader in Special Forces, what I've learned is everything that happens or fails to happen with my Special Forces team is mine and the captain's responsibility. If one of my guys goes into town and they mess up, they're gonna call us to the office. We're gonna take the ass chewing. Deflecting and throwing your guy under the bus is a sign of weakness, and your leadership will see it. I know in my young career, that's something that I had trouble not doing. When my soldiers would mess up, I would tell my squad leader, hey, it's not my fault. This guy should have known better. He should have did this, as opposed to saying, yep, roger that, I got it, I'll fix it. Because remember, as a member of your team, your squad, your ODA, they are a reflection of your leadership style. Moving on to number 2, guys, you can't or you don't know how to de-escalate situations. Now, the situation could be within your team room with 2 of your SF guys arguing with each other, getting ready to go fisticuffs. Or it can be within your office with 2 of your workers arguing and getting ready to fight each other. More importantly, in the soft community, it can be an ODA member fighting or arguing with a partner force. I remember we were deployed in 2014 and we were on an op and we were running and gunning, and one of the commandos saw something that they didn't like. So they approached us, gun at the ready, threatening to fight us if we didn't pull out of that village. Needless to say, we had awesome leadership. We de-escalated the situation, we took a knee, and we figured everything out. But if we didn't have the right leadership, things could have easily went south with us dueling it out with our partner force, the commandos, at that point in time. De-escalating situation is an art within itself. You gotta be the middleman. You gotta be cool, calm, and collective, and you gotta be neutral when you're attempting to de-escalate a situation. Again, like I mentioned in the last point, if you have a team that's fighting each other, that's a reflection of your leadership style. And if you're not able to de-escalate, then that is a strong sign that you may not be ready to lead. Another sign that you may not be ready to lead is you lack technical and tactical knowledge. Guys, when you don't know what you're talking about, the guys are gonna know it. You're gonna look timid. You're gonna be afraid to make those decisions. If you don't know how to set up an ambush, you don't know how to set up a raid, you don't know how to do battle drill 1 alpha, you won't be as confident as you can be. And you're gonna make dumb decisions that's gonna cause you to lack credibility. So if you know and you're competing for that next level, make sure you hit the books and you learn all the tactical skills that comes with that next level position, so you can make sure when you achieve that position that you can lead effectively and provide guidance when guidance is needed. That's very important within the military, because as the leader, you're gonna be taking advice from your subordinates. And if you don't know what right looks like, then how are you supposed to troubleshoot all the different ideas that is gonna get thrown your way? Sign number 4, guys, that you may not be ready to lead is you're afraid to talk to your subordinates. I remember vividly that I had team sergeants that had no idea what my home life was like. They didn't know how many kids I had. They didn't know what my financial situation was. They didn't know what my mental capacity was. They had no idea. All they cared about was that I came to work, I did PT, I went to the range, and I was ready to deploy. That's it. When my production started to drop, they had no idea what was wrong with me. As opposed to the type of leader that I chose to be when I had my team was, I made it my point to get to know my guys. Hey man, how's your kids doing? How's everything going with the wife? You need a day off. I also made myself available to them, as in building that relationship to where if something was going on, they felt comfortable coming to me and talking to me about it, guys. That's something that you need to do. You have to get to know your subordinates. If you don't do that, then guys are gonna do dumb shit like we've had in the last couple of months. You have to get in the trenches and figure out what's going on with your guys, whether they're heavy drinkers, whether they're doing drugs, so on and so forth. As a leader, you're supposed to know all of that. You should know your guys to the point where if something is slightly off, you can tell. Last but not least, guys, a strong sign that you are not ready to lead is if you place yourself in your career above that of your subordinates. And again, this doesn't have to be with just the military. It applies to everyday life. It applies in the business world. It applies in the fire department, police department, so on and so forth. As a leader, your responsibility will always be the organization, the team, the platoon. That's who you're accountable for. If you take care of them, your career will take care of itself. Guys, I hope these 5 tips were helpful. It just gives you a little bit of homework on things that you need to work on, all right? If you have any additional tips that a guy could look at and know that he may not be ready to lead, leave them in the comment section below, guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.